Hey there,
Hi.
Sierra, Brett.
Everybody's know I'm late.
We got a lot of comments coming in. Yeah, thank you both for jumping on with me, though. It's great to meet you. I'm Ben Lindsay from Backstage. How are you guys doing today? Where are you calling in from?
I'm good. Hey, Sierra.
Boo.
What's up?
How are you?
I feel like I ain't seen you in a long time. It was like last week.
I know it was like a week ago.
I'm calling in from Philly right now.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm calling in from Boston.
All right. I went to school in Boston.
What you doing in Boston, Sierra?
Just hanging out, chilling, taking loving the food.
Yeah, exactly. I won't pry any further. It sounds like Brett might know that you're up to something. But thank you for jumping on with me, and congrats on this final season. Obviously, you have a lot of fans out there of this show and your characters. Just for starters, what's it been like this last week for it to finally be out in the world and for this final season to be available for audiences everywhere?
It's bittersweet. It's like, on one end, it's like, okay, we're all ready to like move on. But also the other end is like, we wish it could go longer. But on the other end, it's like, we did wrap it up. We knew that it was ending. So it's not like we were shocked. So it's like, there's so many different reasons to feel conflicted. But here we are. I still don't feel like it's hit me yet that it's over.
Fair enough.
It's weird, it's like I always get asked like, what are you gonna miss about the show? And like, believe it or not, like the main thing is probably the cast, because we are a family. Even though, like we said, Brett, like we're gonna see each other all the time, and I'm like, just this weekend, like it's just we're seeing each other, but it's just we're not actually working together because it's so rare that we have that type of energy, and hopefully we do all get to work together again on another project. But
I always say like, at some point I would love to get into like producing and things like that, and I'm like, my dream is to like get us back together in some way very soon.
I would love to see that. Fingers crossed for that. And it really is such a rarity to find a core cast that genuinely has such easy chemistry. I feel like from straight out the gate, you four were brought together, and you're from all around the country. But it just like was a perfect match made in heaven. Did it feel that way from the very beginning? It felt like something special to you guys?
It definitely still feels like something special.
Yeah.
Like it's such a rare, I feel like it's a rare like type of energy that we had, and we all truly get along. We all love each other and want the best for each other, and we've all got to like seen each other grow and evolve. So yeah, it was literally like going back to school for a couple years.
Yeah, not bad. Now,
like non-toxic high school,
right?
Non-toxic. Like, that's the ideal.
Fire.
Yeah. Tell me a bit about. I mean, Sierra, I know that this was it your first acting project? Your first thing? You studied biology in college, and then you auditioned for this, and this was kind of your first big project, right?
First major one, yeah.
Yeah. And Brett, this was your first leading role, so it really was kind of a big break moment for both of you. I'd love to hear a bit about those early years, though. Just what your acting career and aspirations were like, and how you ended up coming together on a show like this. What do you remember about those early days, hitting the audition room and landing something like this?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's like, I used to actually like, I always knew I was going to be in entertainment. I always knew I was going to like act, sing, dance. I was always, since I was a little kid, I was doing like regional things in my town. And I actually used to go on Backstage all the time and just like have my little like filters set up to look for specific things, like my age range and like where I could play them, like paid and unpaid. And I used to go on Backstage and like drive up to New York City and try and audition for stuff or make tapes and stuff like that. So I always very much knew that that's what I wanted to do, and I went to like acting class in school, and I went to like performing arts high school and stuff like that. So I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know when or how. But I feel really, really, really lucky that this was my first experience on sort of like a major lead type of role, because we all kind of got to do it like together. When I remember like our first day meeting each other at the audition, me and Sierra were just like, hey, what's up? How you doing? You know, like, I'm black, you look black too, what we doing? So it's like, you know, it was sort of like match made in heaven immediately, but coming from like, I feel like all of us have been wanting to pursue this, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And so, Sierra, what were your early days like? Because it seems like you definitely had the option to do something else outside of the arts. So how did you kind of fall into it?
Yeah, I have two parents that come from entertainment. My musician and my mom, she was the performing arts as well. So I don't think they were too shocked.
Her mom, I'm telling you, is a star.
Oh, yeah?
She's a star.
I'm a Fifi. Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, so I don't think they were too shocked, but I definitely had the parents that were like, go get your degree and then you can pursue it. Like, they really, especially my dad, because he was in the music industry, he was so against me. He was like, I don't know about that one. It's a vicious business. It's vicious.
Yeah, fair.
So yeah, I started off as an extra. I was an extra in a few movies, and I just
like Hidden Figures, is that right?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
Figures, extra in Neighbors 2, and Hidden Figures. I had one line, but it got cut, so that was like technically my first actual job. But like,
Fair.
yeah. So then after that, I met someone on that set who helped shoot tape, and I saw the tape online on Actors Access. I'm sure everyone's familiar with that website. Found the audition there and submitted myself, and I know like maybe 2 weeks later, like I got in call from Ron, one of the producers, and he was like, I want to fly you out for a Capri. Yeah, that's where I met everyone, and me and Brett, oh my God, we clicked right away. We started
Immediately.
in the waiting room, like, I know everyone was looking at us like we were crazy.
Immediately we clicked. Immediately.
I was like, he's gonna be the one. I knew he was gonna get it. I knew he was Jamal.
Yeah. I mean,
Which is funny
because
it was funny because like when we first went to the chemistry, I don't know if you remember, Sierra, but Jamal's character was written so differently than what I am. Like, it was never supposed to be like this. It was always like they wanted like a larger guy and like somebody who actually looked like, because I at the chemistry read, I asked them, I was like, hey, when I get this, can we change it to basketball? Because I feel like the part would just fit a little bit better to be like a little bit more believable. But they were super down to like have this sort of like juxtaposition.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of brought your own ideas to it right away.
Oh, I brought way too many ideas. They were sick of me all 4 seasons. I've been trying to do stuff so much. They should just let me direct one.
Right. Well, it makes sense then that you're looking ahead to something like producing. You want to get on the creative side too.
Definitely.
Well, just looking back to the last few years, it's been 4 awesome seasons. Obviously, you've grown with these characters. These characters have given you so much to work with from a performance aspect. How do you think you've grown as performers with these roles?
Brett?
We learned lots of lessons.
Yeah.
I actually learned more about like the business and the sort of like more Hollywood things about, of this whole experience than sort of like, of course, when you're acting every day, you get that sort of on-set experience. And, I got really great at like hitting my marks without looking and like, making sure that even though there were 30 people around me, I could really stay focused on the scene. And, even like when you're preparing for those harder scenes, like sort of learning your process by which you take yourself to a more like emotionally vulnerable state and level, like just getting that real work practice on set, like in the actual on set environment. Those are things that I will, of course, continue to take with me forever. But I really learned a lot about like how Hollywood can work and how hard of a business it can be and how much you have to push for things to be successful and for to prove yourself to people and casting and survive the social settings and things like that. That's really a lot of what I learned this year.
Yeah, baptism by fire, just to be leading this Netflix series and
Yeah, right.
learn as you go.
It's more of a responsibility than I actually thought. Yeah.
And Sierra, anything that you would add? Just what's the biggest lesson you're taking away from this experience?
Ooh, the biggest lesson? I mean, we all said the same thing, that the show was a blessing and a lesson. It was
a blessing and a lesson.
Yeah, it was definitely like a crash course. I agree with you, Hollywood, because there were so many technicalities that I didn't know and understand on top of just being new to the environment in general. So like, I remember not even knowing what I was like, wait, what's a pancake? What is that? Like,
oh yeah.
Like the T to T. It's just so many things that definitely I will take from the set and from the experience. But I definitely think that the experience as a whole has made us grow in our personal and our professional lives. But I'm glad that, this season, I feel like we really had like the freedom to do what we want with the characters. I feel like in past seasons, I really don't have that freedom, and I don't know how Brett feels about it, but I felt like it was.
Yeah, I actually feel like, somewhat bad for you guys, because I mean, my character just involves so much play naturally that I did get to sort of all 4 seasons do a little bit more and sort of like tell them my ideas. And even when they told me like, let's, hold back on that, they would use it in the actual cut. So, I feel like, again, another thing you learn about Hollywood, like it being the first sort of series regular, like you have to build trust with your creators and your producers and your writers, and let them know that you are willing to take these characters on and internalize them, and sort of like also think about what's best for them and their lives and their storylines and your performance of them. And sort of it's a collaboration of, what you think yourself, and then what the other actor brings you on the day can be completely different. And then what the creator or director or writer might bring to you on the day is creative different. So you have to stay in this place of like, just prepared openness.
But they tried us this season for sure. And it was a little less things on us and less like, okay, this is what we want you to do. Like, either do it or you can get out type of thing.
Yeah.
But this time, like, what, the last season, just we know that you guys know your characters, so just do what you think your character would do. And yeah,
most definitely. And I know we kind of maybe got a teaser for what's to come with the spinoff, Free Ridge. You kind of nodded to a new group of kids at the end of this season. Can you tell us anything about that? What do you know about the spinoff? Are you involved at all?
Well, to be honest, we literally, I've been telling people for 4 seasons, like the way this works is that we get an email the day before that the show is going to come out. It's always super surprise. And even the day that they posted about the spinoff, we had no idea that
so you're all texting each other.
So we still, we actually got to meet them and see them, and I'm like just the nicest, sweetest, most amazing people, and I'm really like wishing them luck. And it's really, I hope that they can sort of take this incarnation of the world that we've all built together and really like own it and go forward, and we'll be watching. But other than that, we know nothing about it, and no one asked us to be a part of it. So it's
asking us questions. We're like, guys, we have no idea. None of us are
we have no idea. We're learning with you guys.
Yeah, I'll take it. Now, Brett, I know that you have Star Trek coming up. That's kind of the next big project in the pipeline. Sarah, looking ahead, what are you excited about? What's in the pipeline for you?
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason. He didn't answer my text, but it's all good.
Yeah. He's watching us now. Yeah.
I actually just booked the lead of a huge film that I'm very excited about, but can't say anything.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully I can't talk about it soon, but my team was like, you can't say that.
I'm so excited for you, just knowing you for so long. And like, I'm telling you, sir, we have lived together on multiple occasions. So it's like, I mean, Monse is maybe 9% of what this girl has. She's like a ridiculously phenomenal actress in person, and like I can't wait for y'all to see. I don't know anything either. Don't ask me no questions, but
Yeah.
I can't wait. Somebody said not the pajamas. Okay, it's early.
Well, I can't wait to see what's in store for both of you as well. Just as a final question for you, we obviously have fans of the series joining us today, but also Backstage, as you know, it's all about those early career actors and creators. What's the one piece of advice that you would give aspiring performers out there to kind of follow in your footsteps?
Well, I have to actually say thank you guys at Backstage because so many of the things I did first in New York when I was just getting to the big city was because of Backstage and me like being crazy, submitting every single day. Like
That's great to
that
hear.
I was right for. And it's like played a super huge moment in my career. Like at one point, all of my reel was all stuff from that I got from Backstage. And you know, whether even if it was like free stuff that we just do just to get working and connecting. And so thank you guys for being a connector piece and sort of a place where we can come as new creators and industry members and I used to read all the articles and see what the best places to go to school in New York were and all the little tips and tricks that you guys have. And
Yeah.
So honestly, my advice for new actors would be to get on Backstage and get serious about Backstage and to at least start there. Backstage Actors Access, those things, and try to just put your foot out and start learning.
Yeah, that's quite the endorsement. I love hearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sierra, what about you? What's something that would have been helpful for you in the beginning?
Definitely Backstage in addition to Actors Access.
Yeah.
Like the two main, like if you were an actor back then and you weren't looking at what was being posted, then you just weren't, like
Yeah.
it was for background work. Like it was always something that you could submit yourself for, and it's always an opportunity for anyone of, any race, any shapes, it doesn't matter. Like you can always find something that's right for you. I would probably also say never take no for an answer. That's my main thing I have to remember that I'm telling myself now, because I really would get discouraged when there's just so much opportunity out here, especially now. I feel like Hollywood is moving in a very progressive way. So I think that now more than ever, never say never. There's something out there for everyone. So just put yourself out there. Don't be scared. I know it's like nerve-wracking, but trust me, it'll be worth it, and you'll be.
And that's great, even like piggybacking off of what you're saying, Sierra, because I feel like some of us also pay attention so much to like, okay, we're new in the career and we want work and we're doing work, but then it's like you get that agent and then the next thing happened, and it's almost like that second transition is even harder than the first one because you can't like rely on. I love don't take no for an answer. You can't rely on your agents and your managers and everything. You have to continue sort of that hunger, just as if you were just starting on Backstage and Actors Access. You have to continue. You have to keep reading stuff. You have to keep meeting people. You have to keep working and acting and figuring out ways to be creative because it calls more to you, So
you rely on other people to make your dream come true for you. You got to really take stuff into your own hands, especially nowadays where everything is, based on social media, and there's so, now we're in the age where everything is digital and you can always submit a state, always.
Yeah.
In the room anymore. So
Yeah. I think that those are some great words of wisdom to leave our audience with today. It was great to get to know you guys a bit, and congrats on this last season. I can't wait to see what you do next. And we'll be in touch. You stay well out there.
You too.
All right.
Sierra, I'm gonna text you.
Thank you, fans. We love you guys so much.
Love y'all. I see y'all down here acting up. Shout out Dylan and Paige and all of y'all. Ebony.
Right.
There's so many names in here. I know. I love this.
Everyone's tuning in. All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay,
Bye,
cool. Bye, guys.
Brett, I'll take